it's Kristen Kamato here. How are you doing today? Just wanted to share with you real quick the card I made at the last minute for Craft Roulette episode 321. The parameters were Gatefold card, Monet colors, natural for the element, and Crinkle Inkle for the random. Well, I'm sure you could probably guess this was what I used as inspiration for my Monet colors. I've had this paper in my stash for many years. It came from this Paper Pizzazz Great Backgrounds. It's a 12 by 12-ish size. It is that real thin, almost copy paper, pattern paper that we had for scrapbooking back in the day. I've still used it on cards. The most important tip I can give with that, choose the right glue. Because depending on the glue, you will get the glue wormies underneath. I just used my tape runner for that on my card. It's still stuck down quite nicely. I think my Barely Arts glue I've used in the past was able to spread that out enough. And once the glue dries, the little glue wormies weren't there as much, but something to keep in mind. Crinkle Inkle, well, I did this on the fly because, okay, I honestly considered not submitting this week. Gatefold card just was not inspiring me at all. But at the last minute, I came across something. I thought, let's look in the gallery. It's like Tuesday night or something. And I thought, well, let me just see what's available. And I came across Marcy's card. I will put a quick pic. Marcy's card, very inspirational for me. I loved how that flower was just sitting there with the offset gatefold, and it got my mind thinking. Oh, super quick. I knew exactly where to go to. Crafty friend Sarah of Sassy's LLC. Right there. I'll provide links for this below as well. For her emergency card kit number 41, she provided on her YouTube channel a awesome video about an interlocking gatefold. And that is what I thought Marcy did as well. So my mind didn't stop. Fun fact, volume 41, when I was looking for it, whole bunch of great sentiments art. Look, there's Picasso. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one, but O'Keeffe we're quite familiar with. Oh, look at this. There was a Monet one. Well, since Monet colors were the color inspo for the week, things just came together. And I'm glad that they did. And Gatefold cards will never be the same. The reason I don't often like them is I usually prefer to need a belly band because they don't stay closed. I wasn't in the mood for a belly band apparently, but this interlocking mechanism I could get on board with. So I watched Sarah's video. I learned. And I did it, and I will show you here at the end. Crinkle Inkle, baby! This is thin printer paper. I was trying it out just to see. This is Peach Pie ink by Stampin' Up. It is a retired color, but as of the recording of this video, it is still available on Stampin' Up's website in an ink pad, ink refill, and cardstock, and possibly even the alcohol markers. So it's a lovely shade of orange. Because, you know, orange is lovely in any shade. Team Orange! Because here we go. I thought it matched quite nicely. So I went for it. As you can see, circles were cut out. A butterfly shape. Hey, butterfly! Natural. Along with some leafery. And I did use some additional other circles as well besides a scallop. And wouldn't you know, the layout, and I'm sorry I don't have it printed here, played really nicely with the current June 2026 SheetLoad of Cards by Crafty Al. Just recently came out. I watched the hop that was provided with all the team members. felt very inspired to use it, so I did for my card. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Okay. Look at this. Slides, but most importantly, can slide off. Oh, so here's the gatefold. Check. Monet colors. Monet colors. These, except for the brown, were pretty much pulled out of this background paper. It reminds me a lot of water. I mean, if one didn't do a butterfly, I think a froggy would have looked wonderful on here, because doesn't it kind of remind you of like a pond ribbit? So gatefold. I did offset. This is kind of the Crafty Owl look. Granted, she had hers more this way. So kind of Adyth square, since Adyth was the guest for 321. And Crafty Owl will be the guest coming up on 322. I mean, just talk about combining all these fabulous crafters together. When it came together, it just came together. So I don't think I've ever crafted this quickly. Unless you are playing Card Chaos with Irene, that is an even quicker craft. But I digress. So offset gatefold in the style of the June 2026 sheet load. Now, granted, I didn't do paper tearing. I didn't want my locking mechanism to get stuck on that. This is where the circles came in handy. Favorite butterfly set by Diamond Press. I apologize, it is retired, but hey, maybe you have a favorite butterfly set in your stash. And the layers of the butterfly are all copy paper, as you saw from the orange with the Crinkle Inkle. I needed the orange to stand out a little bit better, so I did go over it with the color of the peach pie just to make it stand out, but it is there, baby. The green had started out with a different green, but it wasn't popping and it was matching too much to this background for my taste, so went over it with a different kind of blue and it made that blue green, so love it. And then of course this blue, wouldn't you know, also copy paper. It's the back of a flyer from my kid's school, and I had embossed it to try to work out a sandwich previously and just didn't have the heart to get rid of it because you never know. And this is where it came in handy. Now I did triple up the antenna here because it's printer paper. It's super duper thin, but now it's a little thick. I didn't put anything on foam tape, so it will go nice and flat through the mail. And you know, who doesn't need like a little glitter? This brown back here was a little scrap I've had in my stash. This is the burlap background die from the Stamps of Life. This was a little scrap I had, and I enjoy this die very much because one can get extremely creative. I mean, use those stretchy pants, folks. It could be what? Netting. It could be, of course, burlap background. It could be maybe like a sack. I've seen people use it for like the patches on a scarecrow. Netting as in like a sports netting, like volleyball or soccer or something like that. You could get creative. Did I say fence? Because, you know, kind of just adds a fun layering touch if you're into the collage. So there we go. Now, I did 2 circles per Sarah's video. Circle 1 on the front, circle 2 on the back. I'll show you in just a second. The fun technique is, especially for a symmetrical type item, is you take 2 of those, fold them in half, and then glue. So here's like one side of like the little sandwich. Can you kind of see here where we're going? One side of the sandwich, the other side of the sandwich. That's a little blurry, sorry about that. See if that's any better, if you can kind of see where we're going. Makes almost a little X, if you will. So I thought, okay, that's great, but you almost can't see the Crinkle Inkle. And then you open up the card, you're just gonna have like a plain back. Now I left the inside blank with just a white panel for now. Figured this could be a thinking of you or a happy birthday card, you know, funsies. There's my stamp on the back. Oh, look at that. I did up the back. Now there is the Monet quote from Sassy's emergency card kit. I just inked it up with whatever blue was left on my brush, and I thought that that kind of matched quite nicely with that. The striped paper, I've had a mustache for quite some time. It's a little bit thicker on the cardstock, but I cut it just slightly off. So if I had the stripes going up and down, it was just a little bit off that I noticed. Same thing if I put the stripes horizontal, just a little bit off that I would notice. So I thought, well, we'll go to wonky angle, darling. And so therefore, diagonal, it looks like it was done on purpose. Another glitter leafery, because why not? I thought in case this was the front, you still had your natural element, and you still have Crinkle Inkle. There we go. There's that scallop that I cut out. So I did do the crinkle inkling. So Gatefold, check. Monet colors, check. Natural, oh, that's a check, baby, check. And then Crinkle Inkle, check. That's a check, 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 check. Oh yes, so I am glad that I ended up doing this particular card. Gatefolds will never be the same. They will probably always have this type of locking mechanism. I like that it can display this way, but I mean, what if you got creative and you weren't concerned about a display, but you were able to put something and it did something like that? That would be cool. I'm thinking Christmas ornament shape, and this way they could take off the ornament and have it on like a string, and then they can display it on their tree. Still have a pretty card, but then they have something removable. The ideas just kept coming, so I am glad that I ended up doing this even at the very last minute. If you have any questions about Craft Roulette, let me know. There's some information if you've never submitted Craft Roulette, a Craft Roulette entry before. It's great to submit, isn't it? Play along with us. Check out the galleries. I'll put some gallery links down below for you too. Lots of great info down there about products used and things. So I hope you get the opportunity to check it out. If you have any questions for me about the products used, the card I made, or really about anything, or even just want to say hi, do let me know in the comments below. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye!